1 year ago, in person, at the Roe Valley Arts Centre in Limavady, I told a love story, a story about me being in love. I revealed how on this very same day, 32 years ago, the 11th of February, 1989, I had gone on a romantic date, a memorable romantic date in Belfast during the Troubles. How could I forget it? Because it wasn't my date with a Protestant, a Northern Protestant. When you come from the south of Ireland, from a Catholic background, and you go on your first ever date with a Northern Protestant, you remember the date. 3 days after that first date was St. Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day 1989, I received in the post a lovely surprise, a Valentine's card. Last year, I showed the audience the card, the romantic card for my 3-day-old love interest, with the endearing words, "Valentine, there's no hiding my love." That Valentine's night, my date was coming to take me out on a second date. I was in a tizzy. I was in a tizzy because I hadn't sent them a Valentine's card. What do you do when your hot day is about to turn up on Valentine's night and you didn't send a card? You improvise. So I had a route around my student belongings and I found a card. This postcard. Okay, it's not a traditional Valentine's Day card, but there's an attractive young man on the front. I was young and attractive once. And there were birds and stars in the sky. The young man is down on one knee, which is probably premature after 3 days. But with a bit of imagination, this could be a romantic Valentine's card. On the reverse side, I wrote February the 14th, 1989, thinking of you, Mervyn, from a not so secret admirer. My DIY Valentine's card went down surprisingly well. Last year, I didn't finish my story, so maybe you're wondering what happened next. Roll on 15 years to 2004. We were still together, but Mervyn and I had moved to Hollywood County Down. That's when Mervyn proposed to me. When Mervyn proposed to me, I took some time before I responded. I delayed. I must have delayed all of 10 seconds before I said, yes, I thought you were never going to ask. But where would we get married? At that time in Northern Ireland, there was no legal marriage available to same-sex couples. There wasn't even civil partnership. If we wanted to get married, it would have to be a do-it-yourself marriage. Fortunately, Mervyn was very good at DIY. He spoke to his rector in our local Anglican Church of Ireland parish. Our rector knew us well as a couple, and he said he'd be honoured to do the ceremony. But there was one condition. We would have to be very discreet. Mervyn prepared the service sheet for our ceremony. This service sheet. On the cover it reads, "The blessing of the relationship of Richard and Mervyn, Saturday the 24th of July 2004. Inside the church at the altar on that Saturday 17 years ago, I opened the service sheet. It reads at the top, "The gathering of friends and family." For my family on my side, there was only my sister from England. I didn't tell the rest of my family. My family was not gay affirming. On Mervyn's side, there was none of his family. We were joined by a dozen friends. The rector read, "Beloved people of God, we have come together in the presence of God to witness and bless the covenant of love and fidelity which Mervyn and Richard have made with each other." On the service sheet, we came to the section called Intent. Our rector asked me, "Richard, will you share your love and life with Mervyn, your wholeness and your brokenness, your joys and your sorrows, your health and your sickness, your riches and your poverty, your success and your failure, and be faithful to him for so long as you both shall live?" I answered, "I will." At the end of the ceremony, Mervyn and I signed our certificate. Not the civil register. The state did not recognise our commitment. Nor did we sign the parish register. The bishop, he didn't approve of fairies. We signed our own certificate. Mervyn drew it up. He had it even printed on cardboard. I told you it was very good at DIY. This certificate, it reads, "This is to certify that George Mervyn Kingston and Richard Paul O'Leary celebrated the solemn blessing of their relationship with a public ceremony in the presence of their family and friends, conducted by an authorised officiant, Saturday 24th of July 2004, signed by Richard Paul O'Leary." Mervyn told me we should keep this certificate because if either of us died, we had no legal proof that we were partners. Maybe our own DIY certificate would be better than nothing as evidence of the existence of our relationship. After the ceremony, we came back to our own home, this house, for a celebratory drink. My sister, she'd earlier gone into the nearby town of Bangor to do some shopping. And in this shop, she saw for sale pairs of champagne drinking glasses. There were pairs of glasses, each with the image of a bride and a groom. And my sister, she asked the shop assistant, could she have just one glass from one set, a glass with the image of a groom? And then she asked, could you have another glass from a second set, also groom? Didn't she come out of that shop in Bangor with a pair of champagne glasses, two grooms? That's how we came to have these lovely champagne glasses with two grooms painted on them. Mervyn and I had something to celebrate. Our not legal, unapproved DIY wedding, where we had made a lifelong commitment to each other. That day in that church, when I said I would share with Mervyn his love and life, his riches and poverty, his health and his sickness, so long as we both shall live, I believed I knew what I was saying. At that time, 2004, I was a high-flying academic at Queen's University Belfast. But I didn't tell anyone at work that I had a same-sex partner, or that I got married, or DIY marriage. 4 months after our ceremony, I submitted an application to the university. This application form to the Queen's University of Belfast, 2nd of November 2004. Application for unpaid career break. Explanation for requesting leave, family caring responsibilities, partner with terminal cancer. I was learning the meaning of in sickness and in health.